Hi guys, Sanchi Bells, my fairy treasures. Okay guys, I know you guys are like, girl, what are you doing now? Okay, so as the title said, we are, what are we doing? We're doing those distress signs that you see at Hobby Lobby. They have ones, at my store, they're in the front of the store and they say fall, they'll say welcome, farmhouse, things like that. This one's gonna say fall, so we can put, I'm gonna put this one at the front of my doorway with all my fall decor. So what I'm using right here is and you'll see it as we go down, this is like a pantry door, cabinet door that I got for free. If you're like me, you're a true little picker, you'll always be finding stuff everywhere. I got this at a garage sale for free. I picked up like probably a couple of 10 of these doors and then some smaller ones because I knew I'd do something with them. And they've been in my, well, they were outside forever, but they were in my garage forever. So now this is what we're going to do. We're going to create those fall signs out of it, the big long ones. So, I mean, this is probably like 4 or 5 feet tall, probably 5 feet tall, 4 feet tall. So it's nice. It's a nice long one. If you don't have a door like this, you can always go to Home Depot, get yourself a piece of wood cut, kind of like this, you know, the size that the ones from Hobby Lobby are. Does it have to be exact? Absolutely not. Or you may have some wood at your house that you can cut into this, or you may already have some stuff hanging around your house, okay? All right, so I also made my own homemade chalk paint. So how I DIY'd my chalk paint is I use this just acrylic paint from Hobby Lobby. I got it for $1.75. I bought tons of them. But you can use any acrylic paint. You can use house paint. So any acrylic or house paint you can use, okay? And what you need to do is you need to do 1/3 cup of baking soda, 1 cup of paint, and if you need to thin it out, like 1 or 3 tablespoons of water. You can also cut that recipe in half. So it's 1/3 cup of baking soda, 1 cup of paint, and 3 tablespoons of water, 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, if you even need water. And that makes your chalk paint. Now you can cut that recipe in half if you want, which is what I did, okay? Because I didn't need that much. So I did like a 1/2 cup of paint, and whatever a 1/2 is what I put in it for the baking soda. And I don't think I had to add any water to either one. Okay, so I used white, and I made this chalk paint here. Okay, and I believe I used to put plaster of Paris instead of baking soda. And I think the plaster of Paris, within 2 or 3 days, it dried up and got really hard in the jar. This is baking soda, so I'm hoping that it doesn't get hardened up in the jar and I can use it again, like in a month or two if I want to, or a few days. Then also, remember I said you can use house paint. Well, they sell these little house paints like this at, you know, Lowe's, Home Depot. Home Depot is where I buy mine. You can also, these are all the Oops paints. You can also buy Oops paints by the gallon, which I do that also. This was only like $1 or $2. It might even have been 50 cents. I can't remember. It was somewhere between 50 cents and $2. And then you can buy the gallons if you want for like $10, and you can buy the pints for like $4 or $5. So, and buy the Oops paints. So whenever they have these white colors or off-white, I always pick them up. I pick up all kinds of Oops paints. You do the same thing with this. You mix the 1/3 cup of baking soda, 1 cup of paint, and if you need to add a little water, 1 or 2, 3 tablespoons of water. I'll put those directions, that little recipe for the chalk paint below. So anyway, let's get started. So we're at the top of this cabinet, okay? So I have this ultra-fine mist bottle for water. I'm spraying it and getting it wet. You do not have to use this spray bottle, but it is an ultra-fine mist, and you can let go and it's still spraying. It's so nice. I love this. Hobby Lobby, $10, use coupon. Okay, so we're going to start out with the white at the top. Oh, and the brushes. I like to use these brushes, the cheapy brushes from Home Depot, okay? I know a lot of times they show you those fancier brushes, and And I was going to start buying those fancier brushes. When I first started doing this work, I bought a couple of them. But then I was watching this other girl, and she liked these brushes, not the fancy brushes. She thinks they work better. So then I tried them, and I was like, oh, they do work really good. Okay, so what you're going to do is I just want to get this. There we go. See how I'm not putting it on real evenly? Like I'm not going straight across. See how I'm ending it at different levels? That's what you want to do. You do not want anything straight across. You want it end very jagged. Also, it does not need to be even either. I just got some paint on my damn kitchen floor. Okay, we're in my kitchen area. Okay, so next what I want to do is spray this whole thing with water. And the reason you want to spray it with water is you want there to be drips. You want this to drip. You want it to thin out. You want it to expose some of the wood. And when it exposes some of the wood, that means now you don't have to get your sander out and start sanding. It's gonna look really natural. Okay, let me get my other, where's my other brush? Here it is. Okay, so now I'm going to take my other color, that taupey color. And if you guys didn't see this, the color I made was like kind of like a taupe color. So if you don't have taupe, you can just take white and add a little bit of brown in it and it'll make it taupey. And the reason I'm mixing taupe and white is because when naturally, if something starts, if it's white, you know, some of it's going to like taupe out, some of it's going to remain white, some's going to be chipping off. So that's why I decided to give it kind of a realistic look. So I'm going to take this and then start going up into it like this. Up into that top area. And then bring this back down here unevenly. And I need to come down lower because you guys aren't seeing me anymore. Let me stop so you guys can see. All right. Let me pause you guys and I'll bring the camera down. Okay. We are back. All right. So now we're down further. Let me see how much further we are down. Perfect. Okay. Excuse my head in here. So we just put that beige on. I want to make sure that it's nice and uneven here. So some things I stopped here, some things I stopped there. I just want to make sure it's nice and jagged. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to go back in with my white. Okay. Oh, and before I do that, water. Water on the wood itself, bare wood, and also water on this, so it starts dripping, starts exposing wood, all of that. Oh, and you guys are thinking, why you don't have to like you don't have to gesso this or prime the wood? No, when it's chalk paint, it's so chalky that it sticks to pretty much anything, and you don't have to prepare the surface. The only time I prepared the surface is when I did my kitchen. I distress finished my kitchen cabinets. They turned out so cool. I have a video on that. I'll try to connect it to this. And I did use some kills on that. And the reason I used some kills on that is because it's a kitchen. And I just wanted to, it's going to be used a lot. So I really wanted to make sure that, and oil is going to be hitting the cabinets and, you know, so. That's why I did that. Okay, I'm going to take this white. I'm going to go up like that. I want to go up into that a little bit more. There we go. So just making sure that we have everything real jaggedly. The taupe color and the white color just jagged right into each other. Okay. You like those are just perfectly, you know, professional terms, aren't they? Jagged. You want to do it jaggedly. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so now let's go down to the bottom. So you guys can see that. Okay, now we're at the bottom. See how fast this is going? This is going, it goes really fast. It's easy. So next we're going to do the taupe color. Oh, we need to spray. Did we spray? I can't remember. We'll spray the paint and then spray the wood. I don't think I sprayed the wood. I might have sprayed the paint. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. Okay, and let's take the taupe color and go up into this white. And get my head out of the way. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the white to end it at the bottom. Okay. And do we care about getting everything real evenly? Not at all. So you can see, let me spray some water on here. So we can have some dripping, so we can have some of the wood getting exposed as it dries. I'm going to spray the whole piece. Okay. So let me kind of come back up to the top a little bit. Okay, you guys, so we're back at the top. We're going to let this dry because this needs to dry. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a distressing with, this stupid chair. We're going to do a distressing with, let me show you, use my head. We're going to put some distressed areas, some further distressed areas, so it looks like there's more wood showing through than there even is now, which already looks cool, with this dark umber and a spatula and the spray bottle. So I'll show you how to do that. Then we'll let that dry and we'll go in and then we'll do our fall. And we'll do some block lettering by hand and a real easy way of doing it. So that anybody can do, and it's real easy. So we'll let this dry and we'll be back. Okay, you guys, yep, we are on. Okay. So we let this dry, right? So that's where we left off at. I let this dry actually overnight. Okay, so what we're doing now is I have taken just a regular pencil and I spaced out the word autumn on this wooden door here that I have. And you kind of do it in the air, kind of like so you know exactly like the how big you need to make your letters to go down the length of your board. So I kind of just did it in the air first so I can kind of get like an idea of how big the letters need to be so I can use the full length of the board. Okay? That's how I did it. Okay, so then I took a brush about this size. Okay? There's black paint on it, you guys. So that's the size of the brush, okay? And just some black acrylic paint, whatever. Black acrylic paint, gesso, does not matter. And I use the width of this brush, and hopefully at this weird angle. And since I've already written autumn all the way down here, I'm just gonna take my brush and just follow it. Now, I'm going to show you guys something. See on this side how on this side right here, some of it didn't get fully, like I ran out of paint on my brush, I'm going to leave it like that. Because that is going to take place of me sanding. Because I was going to go through here and sand some of this, so I could sand some of it off so it looks like it's, you know, aged. Like the rest of this looks aged, right? But then I discovered, oh, I ran out of paint, and I kept going. I'm like, oh, that looks like it wore off over time. So now you don't have to go back and even use a sanding block because it looks like the paint wore off naturally, right? All right, so now we're going to do a U. And there we go. I'm going to go back over this a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to run out of paint, but I don't want to run out of paint that much. There we go. Perfect. And if you use about this size of a brush, you're going to get, where am I? If you use this size of a brush, you're going to get the kind of block lettering that you want. Okay? Okay. So let me rearrange my camera so we can do, this is the A and the U, T, U, M is what we have left. So let me rearrange my board here and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We're at a weird angle, you guys, and I'm sorry about that, but we have to be at this weird angle because, you know, I'm working with a long door. So it's going to be a little strange. Okay, so let's do the T. Okay, perfect. Just 1 second. I'm going to fix my U up here. It's a little bit weird looking. Just a second, you guys. I'm sorry I'm in front of you. All right, so now we're going to do the U. Let me make sure I'm in frame. So that's the end of the U right there. And you want it to look like it's hand drawn. You don't want it to look perfect because this is like farmhouse style. Like, you know, you live on a farm and you went outside to your barn and you had some extra barn wood left over, right? So you made a little sign. And that's what you want it to look like. You don't want it to be perfect. Okay? People are like, well, you accomplished that. Okay, now let me see if I can move this up without my board hitting the ground. I'll have to hold it. Make sure you guys can see my M. Yeah, so this is the M down here. And like I said, excuse me for my weird camera angle, but we really have no choice. We're working with the big board. And really, it's not a big board. It's a cabinet door, a long pantry cabinet door that I said before that I got for free. I don't know if I said I got it for free or not. I got it for free from a garage sale. And if you're a true scavenger like me, you'll have things like this hanging around that you got for free. That you get out of the garbage can, or someone has a pile of wood somewhere. But I was at a garage sale and there was these doors over on the side. I said, how much for these? She was like, you can just take those. She thought they were junk. I was like, oh, thanks. Like, what are you going to do with some old doors? I'm like, oh, thank you. This is like a dream. I need to stop messing with this M. Okay, so we have autumn. So let me see if I can let you guys see. Now what we're going to do here at the end is, so there's the UT, there's the A, and let me turn this back around so you can get maybe a better view this way. At the end and at the beginning, we have pictures of all of this, so you can see it in, you can see it all together up close. in the pictures before and after this video. So I think this is awesome. So what you want to do to set all of this, let me show you what I'm going to do. You can do a few things. I'm going to show you right now. You can use just, if you want to seal this, you could just not even seal it, especially if it's going to be indoors or it's going to be under where you're not going to get any, water, any rain on or anything. You don't have to seal it. But you can seal it, like if it's going to be outdoors and rain's going to hit it, I would seal both sides, and you can use like a clear coat like this. This one's a shiny one, but I wouldn't use a shiny one because I wouldn't want to interrupt all this rusticness that we created, all this aging we created. So I would use a flat, but you can use a clear top coat, just a regular clear top coat. You could also use a cream wax. Now, I don't know if a cream wax holds up outside under rain and stuff. You probably have to reapply it. If you're going to put it somewhere where it's going to get rained on, I would use a clear, protective, durable top coating, okay? You can also, if you want, take a cream wax, like a Deco Art cream wax, with one of these type of brushes, or the brush that we use to paint this whole thing, one of those cheapy brushes that we use to paint this, you can use that brush too to put this wax on. I just happen to want to get fancy and got one of these. Isn't it cool looking? Hobby Lobby, $10, use the coupon. So, but you can use a wax like this. It doesn't have to be Deco Arts cream wax in clear. It doesn't have to be that. I don't know if I'm going to wax this or not. This is going to be right by my door with all of my fall stuff. So I don't really know. I also did another one of these. I did two of these. I did a welcome sign. It says welcome. So what I'll do is at the end of this video, there'll be pictures of the welcome sign too. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry I can't show you guys the whole thing in, I can't show you the whole thing together right now because the thing's too damn long. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed making a piece that looks like those Hobby Lobby signs you see at the front of the store that'll cost you $50. You could probably do them for free if you have the wood at your house, or go pick yourself a piece of wood, have it cut up, probably less than $10, probably around $5 really. If you get a piece of wood that costs $10, you can get it sliced up and make maybe 3 or 4 of these. There's an idea. So now you're really only spending very little on each sign. So that is it, you guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, and look forward to the pictures afterwards so you can see this in action in my fall decor. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.